Hey guys, welcome back to the third devlog for my game. In this video, I'm going to show you my process for modeling objects for the game world. This folder has some photos I took of things I want to model for the game. For this video, I'm going to make this dresser. The first step is to crop the image so that it only shows the item I want to model. Next, I open the image in GIMP so I can stretch it so that the dresser aligns with the image bounds. This makes it a lot easier to model in Blender using the photo as a reference. Now I'm ready to open up Blender and bring the photo in as a reference image. I like to move the image back on the y-axis so I have room to work, and then set the legs of the dresser on the z-axis so that the model is sitting on the floor when I import it into Godot. For something like this dresser, I can start the model off with a cube. In edit mode, I enable X-ray so I can see through the mesh, and then I start resizing and extruding the cube to create the shape of the dresser. Since I'm trying to get the PS1 look for the game, I don't model details like the handles on the dresser or even the drawers. This makes the models usually very simple to make with a low polygon count. For the legs, I'm going to add an extra cube mesh, and I will only model one of the legs for now. That way I only have to texture one instead of four. The next step is texturing. I'm going to go back to object mode and add a material to the dresser. In the material, I'm going to change the base color to an image texture, and we'll change this drop down from linear to closest. This will make the pixels sharp instead of blurry. Now I need to select the image file I will use for texturing. For my game, I already have an atlas setup of textures for multiple scene items. I do this for performance reasons, that way there's not a million materials in one scene. Before I can start texturing, I need to add our dresser image to the texture atlas. For this, I use aseprite. Now I'm going to switch into UV editing mode in Blender and start texturing the model. I don't need this reference image anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. Now that the texturing is done for the model, my last step is to duplicate the leg to all four corners. I think the model came out pretty decent, but there's one more step that I need to do, and for this I need to bring the model into the game engine. So as you can see, when creating the model we didn't care about the size, and now the dresser is huge in the scene. I like to bring the model into the game engine and then resize it to fit with everything else in the scene. All I need to do for this is to play with the size in Blender and save it, and it will automatically reload in Godot. I think that looks pretty good for now. Let me clean things up really quick and then we can test it out in game. Alright, let's give it a try. And that's how I create models for my game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.